Hello and welcome back to Infinite Remote Control. I'm John and today I'll be reviewing for you the Firebird Delta Ray from Hobbyzone. It is a beginner airplane that includes everything you need to get flying in one box. The plane has 4 channels with elevons and thrust vectoring motors in place of a rudder. The detachable landing gear is also included. What sets this airplane apart from other trainers is that it has SAFE technology, which is a built-in gyro that limits throw, adjusts the elevator for how much throttle is being given, and is constantly correcting the plane to the angle you are telling the plane to go. Basically, it provides an ultra-stable flight. For example, at 50% elevator, the gyro will keep the plane going at a 10-degree angle up or down while adjusting the ailerons to keep the plane from turning. Here's it working. The same can be said with other input controls. In intermediate mode, the pilot has full control of the airplane without any gyro stabilization, but the plane's tilt is limited to 45 degrees, so it can't be crashed straight down or lose all lift. It also helps the plane from stalling. In expert mode, the plane has all control and there is no gyro interference. But if the pilot ever loses control, he or she can simply press down the recovery button and the plane will return to level flight. The pilot has no input until the button is released. Flight modes can also be changed while flying. One special part about the thrust vectoring is that the plane will change the amount of thrust per motor, slowly building up until the plane is turning as the pilot wants it to. Here is an example when the plane is on the ground. Another feature is the extreme range provided by the included Spectrum radio. So the Hobbyzone Delta Ray, it sounds like such a great airplane. Anyone can fly it since there's almost no learning curve. And on safe mode, it flies itself, you just have to tell it where to go. You can perform beginner tricks like flips and rolls, but if you lose control, the self-level button can save this plane. The Delta Ray also flies inverted better than you would expect, and the glide slope is good, making it fun to take up high, cut the throttle, and watch it glide down. Other features include the high-quality battery and radio, landing skids, and hand launch area. But every plane has its weaknesses, and this one has a few. To start, the motors are weak on the plane, and sometimes it was a struggle to get off the ground. Because of this, the plane is also easy to stall. The strength of the foam is not great, and the nose is a bad design, causing it to constantly break off, not from where the glue was, but at a new location entirely. Also, the landing gear housing broke, a prop chipped, which is not bad, but the props are too expensive to replace at $7 to $9, and the charger only has a 12-volt car port. There are a few things I'd want to change on the Delta Ray though. First, there should be assistance landing the plane. Maybe you just flip a switch and it changes the rate's exponent angle to land the plane. It also keeps it from stalling and porpoising on the ground. I would also like better motors, a better way to secure the battery without having to fumble with the Velcro, and separate electronics such as the ESC is separate from the gyro, is separate from the receiver, so you can upgrade the plane. To conclude, I don't think I would have been able to fly a plane if it wasn't for the Delta Ray and its revolutionary teaching gyro. There was almost no learning curve and I was able to go from beginner to intermediate to expert, but if I had a problem I could hit the recovery button and save the plane. The price is almost double of the Bixler or other entry-level planes, but for the $100.50 price tag, you're getting a high-quality plane that will work perfectly. The plane hasn't stood up as well as I would have liked it, but it has seen some abuse as I have learned to fly, though the plane holds up for as long as it needs to. After mastering the basics of flying on something easy and slow, you will want to try something more exciting, maybe a warbird or park flyer. Once you get that new plane, you will never want to look back at the Delta Ray since it is slow and uneventful. So here's the question you should ask yourself when considering a beginner plane. Is $150 too much for a first plane with an advanced teaching system that will guarantee a good beginner experience but will not get you far in the performance department? I'm positive that you will get bored of this plane after you know how to fly, but you may never learn to fly without this plane. This concludes the review. Thank you for watching.